G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in Mini Motorways. This isn't just our standard sort of look at the weekly challenge too, because this video is actually sponsored by Mini Motorways as well, which is pretty neat. So let me just talk about that for a second as we get in here. Now we do have, I just skipped past it, but we do have what were our conditions, because that probably is important. Let me just jump back to the main menu for a second, because I do want to see them. So we have unlimited road tiles. It's the week of the 24th, and buildings can appear directly adjacent to their destinations. Now, because of this, I feel that thing that I do with blocking is really important to try out in this one, because I think that we can get really close to our houses, and that seems like that's going to be pretty fun to test out. So let's just pause. We paused, good. And let's just do some really quick blocking. So let's get that all done. We'll let this guy sort of run through there-ish. I mean, I kind of want that spot available, right? Actually make this guy go a really long way around. And I don't want those block those spots. I reckon we're going to see a second house fast enough that I'm not going to connect that guy at all. And instead what we're going to do is we're going to give this guy the access of those 5 squares right there. And let's see what happens. Just to get an idea of how close this thing is actually willing to be. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, it is a sponsored video, so while we just sort of wait here. It is sponsored to acknowledge both the Vancouver update that has just recently come out, and that Mini Motorways is currently part of the Apple Play Together campaign on Apple, if you do use the Apple Arcade on there. So as part of that, we also have a neat little giveaway that the lovely people at Dinosaur Polo Club have given us. That one person is able to receive either a $100 Apple voucher or merch package, depending on the region that you're from. And all we need is just for you to comment in my comments about, I don't know, what are we going to go for? What city would you most want to see in Mini Motorways? You can have that one. I can pick the winner. All I then need is just the email address of the winner, so you don't have to chuck that in there just unless I let you know you've won. And once I've got that, then I can pass that along, and yeah, you can get your prize. So a fun little extra for this week, as we just sort of sit here and watch 2 houses incredibly close do their thing. Now, what I'm going to do in terms of strategy here is I'm going to lock down an area and then build exactly the same setup for the next place, where I just want like as close as possible houses to a destination. I sort of am reaching a point where I feel like we've seen unlimited tiles enough times that doing this isn't as fun as sort of like, as opposed to when it's really rare. Also, you can see that we're getting pretty hit heavily here at the moment because I've sort of left it for so long. So let's just quickly do. Let's go even tighter than that. Let's go a 9 grid. I think that we immediately got a yellow house. I'm going to block there, and I'm going to go open these guys. What we'll do is we'll just allow those 2 guys to, like, slip through. It's definitely sloppy of me to let them have access to the back there. But since it's also yellow, I'm going to open that up as well, because houses in this section would also be really nice. I don't know if I should go another spot for another one. I feel like I should. So let's just go another 9 grid. Let's make sure that I'm staying on top of those extra lines coming out the back. Great. Let's pause that. Yeah, let's block out that one. I really should have blocked that out prior to building. Getting sloppy with this. Great. Should block that out too. So we might see some more yellows now. That guy's gone circular, so maybe let's open that one up. Though I feel like we could also see yellows show up at the top here. So let's just do that real quick. Just because I don't think we're going to get any more blues. 3 for 1 place. So hopefully we're just going to see a yellow, and maybe it'll show up where we want it down here. But if only we were so lucky. Okay, so I'm going to block out there again, and we are going to go for a 9 grid here. Pause again. And again, I've sort of forgotten that the world is still getting bigger out there. Let's get rid of that one and go those ones. Surprised we're not seeing any more blue houses there. Really don't want to open up the world. Good. There's like too much more. I don't have at least one really close blue house for this guy. There we go. Got him. Alright. So, I think that's probably enough that we can then open up another grid. I feel like if I'm going too slow here, this level's going to run away from me. In terms of the amount of cars that are going to want to get delivered versus how much we actually can deliver. Right. Might leave this till the end of Sunday, just in case we get one more place for either of those. We didn't, so let's go for a 9 grid there. Always filthy when you open up more space and you're like, oh, you know what would be great, there a blue house. It's like, yeah, that's why I was leaving this space down here open. You're welcome down here. Okay. So let's open up the other spots around this guy that aren't already occupied by blue. Again, making that mistake of letting the map expand out further than it should be. Perfect. Perfect. Because of the really close quarters that I'm getting for houses in this one, I kind of want to keep it going even longer than I have on other ones, where I sort of like will open up the map a lot sooner. But I think with that in mind, I need to be getting this, I need to be doing this quicker. Perfect. See 2 more houses. Just double check that the map's blocked as it should be. Great, give me 1 more house and then we'll open up somewhere else. I think the point that you know where you've lost it on this is when you start to have sort of this, where you start to get houses of different colors having to fill those gaps because there's just sort of, they need to get more houses out and you haven't really catered to that. Doesn't look like that 3rd pink house is coming. Whoops. I have really not been on top of things. Getting this guy, these side edges from coming up. Luckily, as soon as something appears like that, I know that all I have to do is sort of just map around the edge. And then with this guy, we can just sort of have him sweep through there. We can hope that we'll see someone else come up in front of him. I didn't block that gap either. And that's 2 green, so it's quite possible we're not going to see another green show up. Because we've still only got 2 pink houses. Perfect, thank you, green. I assume it'd be too much to ask to see another one, right? Because otherwise I have to block off this area and then start with something else. Although what I can do is just sort of open that gap right there. And then optimistically hope that another building will just show up right next to it. That, then we can block this out, and then we can go those. I guess we're going to have to block that now. And then again, we've also just let the edges run. And there's probably something of value in just not stressing about the edges too much and just letting them sort of blow out. You can see all the times I've done it with all these just random one houses all the way out. We're going to have to do something for this guy. It's still such early days here too. We're on 300. Does not feel like we've made too much a move here. We'll go tunnel. You want to hold just to see something show up in that space. Now, whether that is the correct color houses or just the wrong color houses. And that's my mistake. That's painful too because it was the correct color house. It's the incorrect color house. I realized this guy was actually going all the way around the top there. Just want to make sure that when we've got connections to destinations, we don't have unimportant corners. So for example, we don't want to make that a road. Oh, you got me again. That is opening up fast out that edge. There we go. Finally got someone. Yeah, these are opening quick. I think we're pretty close to the end of how far this expands. So let's just open up another gap. Okay. And I guess a good thing that we've just suddenly immediately hit with two colors that aren't the one that we want for this color. But again, I think we're also about to see like an expansion of we're going to start to see that this more, where we've got all the different colors in front. But I mean, that being said, this guy did end up with two anyway. We only have the one red house. I've actually caught this one pretty well. But maybe we hold for a third house, or maybe we actually just need to get to expanding a bit quicker. Good thing is that every destination has two houses connected to it that are really close, with the exception of this one yellow guy, and he's got three houses. So we are looking pretty good at the moment, but what we need to do is just try and get as many going as we can. That's sort of a nice little steal how close this guy is, but I'm still going to try and see if we can get someone slightly closer. We'll let these two houses connect down. You can see how slowly these guys move as they pass these other roads. Three more opportunities there, but we also, I think, do really need to bring in another house. So let's just go one row, back to back on this guy. Great, let's pause, lock that, open up those ones. That's killer that I just briefly knocked that out, and that was enough for it to claim a spot. But I mean, like, this isn't exactly like Scandinavia they're traveling from, so we'll cope with that. There we go. Nice little run of houses. Alright, so we can block out the rest of him. We'd say he's done. This guy here's just grabbed two really close houses too, so we can disconnect the other guys. He's good. Block that square as well. And then let's not waste any time, but let's try and get another one in. Even if we're doing this where we open up a spot and it just claims them for like houses, that's okay. Saves us sort of like having another spot lost, like having them actually give us a destination like this and then having them put houses in. So let's see if we can get some pink houses right in front, or if we're still going to just be extras. Right. So we now kind of have a problem that guy's completely blocked in. He's one house, and he would have to use a motorway in order to get anyone else to him. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The biggest chance he's going to have a problem, a guy like that pink in the top is going to have a problem. Now you got more pink houses in here. Is if we don't have enough destinations. The fewer destinations we have, like if you said that there was 100 deliveries per minute that we currently get given, so what we need to do is accommodate 100, and that's that. The game is then going to distribute that 100 between all the different destinations we have. The fewer destinations we have, the more each destination is going to take on. So, what we actually need to sort of maintain is more destinations. So if I go too slowly and I don't let this sort of like expand correctly, then we'll lose just from the lack of available destinations to cater to the amount of oncoming work. On green, you can claim one of these 2 spots. Oh, I like that. Alright, so what can we do then? This sort of space here. Greens want to show up here. We have to actually turn these guys onto the road just so that we can leave those spots to still available. I don't feel like we're seeing any more green. Alright, let's make that an intersection. Gives this guy the option to come over and assist too if he wants to. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So let's block out that 1 square and that 1 square. We then go... It'd be really funny how fast these guys will claim a spot. Like, have at it, guys. You can already hear, like, that yellow down the very bottom. He's starting to have issues, this guy. Let's give ourselves those options. These 2 guys coming over to assist. This guy up here and that guy up there all can assist as well. Same goes for... So that gives us a yellow already pretty close. So we'll let him have that advantage. We'll build those spots as our available squares around him. So what I feel is going on with a location like this blue down here is just that there's only 2 blue destinations. So that sort of distribution is sort of being put into question a little bit. So again, let's open it up another space. Great, let's pause for a second. Let's open up those spots. Let's go very direct to begin with. Because what we can do is we can just turn these 2 guys around. We can otherwise block out the squares around them. That guy can still have 2 pretty close connections. And having the existence of this guy should hopefully calm down like these other circulars. There's now 3 circular light blues. Okay, so we now want to go another one, so let's just drop maybe in here. Okay, so then we'll block this side. What we'll do is I'm just going to get this guy and this guy cut through the mountain just to give us that other space open. Also cut that, which is actually someone's path. That's how green gets its houses. So foolishly, what's now happened is that instead of having a bit more of a direct connection for these two guys, they now have to go all the way through the mountain. Get to him. But that one is done as well. Let's go for another one over here. How fast we're now getting these houses. I can see that there's these houses, these cars that are moving sort of through the middle. Like, where are you going? Are you coming over to support this guy? Looks like he is. You can see how much of those road pathing is actually being used. And that we are starting to crumble here. Alright, I think we are now. We have reached the point of break it open. So let's just reach out come what may. I don't quite know who's using this road. Oh, is it? That's that yellow guy. Well, so... coming down here. Get rid of all of this. That, and we can see that these greens using this pathing. So really what we could do is we could take these greens and run them across there, and then like that. Save them a lot of effort. Then let's get rid of... Definitely a lot easier when I'm getting rid of stuff that they're not showing me a white path underneath and I suddenly realize that someone's using this road that I do not understand or have not factored into what I'm doing. Now the thing to see here will be how fast do we get more places just showing up immediately. Alright, so I think we can fairly say that these two guys are definitely using their path. Now, really, okay, firstly, that's a great little extra get. Really what I think we need to do is take, say, these two guys here and run down this way. Just get them attached to this as well. Let's get more numbers just on this path, because that's a problem. Let's get these two guys to face that way. Right, let's that. This guy to no, him to cut that way. I can't believe this yellow is still doing so badly. Here we go, we're finally winning that battle. Now this guy over here is also not doing great. What we can do is we can take this guy, get him to get the two of them to go help out, and really we can get this guy to then cut across the back. A little bit more support for him. Similar for this guy in here. Go help out that one. This green here needs a bit more support as well. We are very flush on motorways at the moment. Green's not doing great with the intersection that I've given him there. Green on the left. But I'm not sure he's necessarily like losing the battle, he's just not winning it at any rate. Okay, so we also then have this pink has a problem. What I think I'll try for him is I'm going to take these two pinks. I'm just going to bounce them to that top spot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn these 5 guys in, and I'm going to bounce this over to there. I've got enough motorways that it's going to let me just sort of like immediately shift them, and we'll send those guys to the north. The fact that we got another green destination in there too is probably a good sign that we're going to be a little bit calmer. We have this pink here. He's going to need some support, and he's got no access except for... sorry, fellas. Oh, I'm not draw that straight line. He's only got that one guy in support, so we need this motor. This good. We got another motorway, so we don't have to stress about that one anymore. We can jump these 2 guys up there. We can also cut that guy across there. A very seldom used road, that one that he's crossing across. Okay, let's hop these guys up slightly. We can then let that guy cut through there. I also think that if we take these guys here, actually we can cut them through the other way. We don't need to do that. I think that's actually a closer set of guys. Him. Not looking particularly great here. There's another pink that can go help out this guy there. And we can take that guy, and these pinks can all sort of work backwards to... Sorry, they're not working backwards, they're going to help out this pink up the top. They're not helping out the pink here that's actually in trouble. Let's drop this road slightly down. And what we can do is we can cut these pinks that way. And we can just let that guy go around that way. Yellow in the top isn't doing too great. I mean, what we can do is we can have these 2 guys cut into there, then cut up. We just got this guy here, who is very snug with a whole lot of red houses. I guess we can do that. No, scrap that. I think that what I'm gonna have to do is just give him a motorway. I have 1 motorway. What are we taking in there? Maybe these 3 guys. This guy here still only has 2. So what we can do is we can take... Oh, that's also... We've picked up... Is that a dark blue in there? Dark blue, okay. Got that guy too. Those guys to go help him out. Very grateful for the extra motorways we're getting from time to time here. Now, I think we're at that pace where you sort of will see some colours surge, and you basically just have to win the surges. That's currently what we're experiencing with blue. Blue's in a surge. This isn't doing too great over here. But red now starting to surge. Now, if red's starting to surge, then I would say that means that we're seeing we're in the back half of blue surging. We might actually close to weathering this storm. It would be nice to get this blue house on this right-hand side up and helping, but I'm not sure I can fit him in somewhere. There's a whole lot of pink on here, but I'm not sure they're actually helping too much. So let's cut them this way. Going to go help that guy out. In fact, since he's doing so badly, let's give him another one as well. These guys are having a terrible time of just getting in. Like, there's a long lineup of guys ready to sort of go pick up stuff. But because the two guys are having to sort of cut back and forth across it, it's a good place. Okay, this guy here, what we can do is we can just get these guys to face that way and give them a motorway there. We'll just give him the solution of just a long shot over. Hopefully the existence of him means these other blues will calm down a little bit too. This red down the bottom, I need to figure out how to get him more houses. Oh, but it was our little blue at the top that eventually lost it for us. But 4-5, pretty solid. It is very early in the week today, so let's see where we find ourselves. Number 3, but like I said, very early in the week. So we'll see how we go. I'm pretty sure if we go... Is there anyone even below level number 10 there? Yeah, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And like I said, also chuck it below if which city you'd love to see. Till next time, catch you later. See ya.